Hello, class. According to PewResearch.org, did you know in the past 50 years, Congress has accomplished their goal 4 times of passing the budget on time? My wife and I felt like we weren't accomplishing our goals when it came to my oldest son. My oldest son has autism and ADHD. So whenever we went to public places when he was younger, it was hard for him to concentrate because of all the noise and stimulus. Whenever he's in a grocery store, the echoes were really hard for him to concentrate and he would start yelling and start acting out. So me and my wife went to a therapist, and basically the therapist said, "Hey, don't worry about it. He could stay at home." We didn't listen to that therapist. And at 9 years old, my son can go to a grocery store. He can go to public places without losing himself. So if you ever feel like you're not accomplishing your goals, just remember to persevere and to keep them in mind, just like Sylvester Stallone did. Sylvester Stallone grew up in a broken home. When he was a baby in his mother's womb, the doctors pulled him out with forceps. This caused nerve damage in his face and caused him to slur for the rest of his life, which caused it made it really hard for him to get acting gigs later on in his life. His parents divorced at a very young age, and he was in and out of foster care up until he moved out with his father to Washington, D.C., and then later to Philadelphia. While he was in Philadelphia, he was in and out of multiple schools because of academics and for emotional state. When he was a teenager, he moved in with his mother, still in Philadelphia, and he eventually graduated high school. He went into college, he went into an American college in Switzerland and studied drama. While he was studying drama, he dropped out of college and moved to New York. While he was at New York, he was going for multiple jobs, multiple acting gigs, and he was successful in some, but mostly he wasn't successful because of his slurred speech. By this time, he was married, had a wife, and he was writing the script to what we now know as Rocky. He would not sell the script to anybody unless he had the lead role, which is something he hadn't accomplished yet. So, going from job to job to job with little money in the bank, according to biography.com, he would eventually sell the script to 2 young producers who let him act the role of lead role. He was 30 at the time, but then he became the action star that we all know. He would give back to children in his later life by donating to the United Nations Children's Fund, which helps out with medical bills, medical water, anything like that. So, just like Sylvester Stallone, who held out on his script until he got what he wanted, me and my wife, we held out. We had to endure countless times of walking out of restaurants, walking out of the grocery store, leaving home because my son would lose himself. It took about 6 to 7 years before he was able to go to a grocery store without him losing himself. So I don't want you to think that just because you're not accomplishing your goals, at least you're not Congress. You're not getting an 8% on a 100-point test. You can actually accomplish your goals. Me and my wife took 6 to 7 years to accomplish ours. You can too. Thank you.